So we're gonna get into our topics real quick before we shut everything down. We got a few topics, man. Anything you want to talk about first, or it don't matter?
Man, I'm not gonna talk about that Oprah.
You sure?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Hold on.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, I got you.
So if y'all ain't caught it, Oprah had a little fall. She dropped it low on stage for us, and what's so funny, man? I don't know why this is just the funniest shit to me. There's a meme out there where they Photoshop Kobe in front of her, like giving her the jukes and breaking them ankles, and then she fall. Yo, I was dead, yo.
Yo.
I was like, and then he just went around her, and then she just fall to the ground. So I'm like, yo, they ain't have to do that to her.
No.
But that's exactly what it looked like somebody just broke her ankles.
No, seriously, because that fall came out of nowhere.
Right.
Yeah, there was nothing around. I mean, the way she fell, I'm just like, now go ahead.
It's not even that. It was like, you know how when you lose your foot and you can probably catch it. It was nothing like she like instantly fell. It wasn't like her knees gave out, her legs gave out. Right. No, she just fell.
That's why I said it looked like somebody broke them ankles, man. Like she was just trying to
do some oil on the stage right quick.
Now I'm gonna tell you what's really ironic. The speech she was giving was about balance.
Exactly.
She was talking about balance.
Oh, I didn't know that shit.
No, seriously.
God damn.
You didn't? Oh man, you didn't hear it?
About balance.
Yes, and how things are imbalanced, so and how you have to put it back into balance.
Pudding ain't in balance.
You know?
They would let us say like Michael Jackson tripped.
What happened?
Right.
Not Michael though.
Right.
Oh my God. No, but when she hit the ground, she was like, I picked the wrong shoe. She was saying exactly what I was thinking. I was like, yo.
Is it the shoe?
Give up them little baby heels, flats from now on. Period. Like,
and Oprah felt like a white woman in a horror movie. You know how the white women be falling like they ain't nothing around?
Nothing, absolutely nothing.
No. And it's like it's funny because you would think it's just for the movies, but like we were just watching that reality show that y'all looking at, and the girl did that on there after she ran out the building. She was walking down some grass, and then she just busted her ass
like, how
in
you do that?
the wedding dress too.
How you do that?
Yeah, it's
ain't nothing out there to follow. What you tripping over?
I just hope if I fall, nobody films that. Like nobody is already in the process of filming it. Like no, I'm not about to be nobody.
No, we need to do like old girl when she fell from that damn stripper ceiling. You know, she on that pole.
Oh,
she got back up and act like it played it up.
Yo, how you shaking butt like that with a broken jaw? I would.
She trying to play it all like I'm alright, nigga. I'm alright.
Let them know what's wrong. You gotta pay for this.
I get my jaw straight later, just throw them dollars.
Nah.
Like, man, you bleeding? I'll be alright. Don't worry about it.
I need the money to get to the hospital.
For real. The emergency room bill is not cheap. But nah, Oprah's a good sport though. You saw the
she did. She took
you
it.
saw
right.
her response to it.
Yeah. She was like, I'm a meme now. It is what it is. You know.
Right.
She had a self bandaged up and all of that. So you know. But she knew she was about to get roasted. She was like, I know I'm a meme already, so you sure are right now. Cause the first version I saw said that it was the ghost of Michael Jackson that tripped her. Talking about because of the documentary she did.
Woo!
I think I said that one.
Yeah, you said that to me.
I was like, yo, they ain't have to do Oprah
nah,
like
that Kobe one was like, that's like Hall of Fame of memes.
Yeah.
It's like, that's like
the best, yo.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's disrespectful or funny, but I think the funny is outweighing the disrespect right now. So I don't know.
But, you know, it's a little bit of karma, I think, because, you know, if you, I still feel like if she gonna, you know, go hard on people like R. Kelly and Michael Jackson, you know, go on the Harvey Weinsteins and Epsteins and all of them scenes out there. You know what I mean? All of them guys. It's like, that's why people get mad, because then they see, and there's a lot of pictures of behind the scenes with her with Harvey Weinstein and Gail with Harvey Weinstein. So it's like, is that why? Y'all in his pocket?
I see that, and that's the thing too. I think that's a lot of things that celebrities are not really paying attention to.
Right.
They don't understand. Like, we've been on the social media and stuff. There's people around. They're gonna leak shit.
Right.
It don't matter. So you know what I'm saying. You kind of got to watch how you move, because you know, celebrities and stuff. You know, coming up. You know, in the era that we were coming up in, they can kind of move kind of mysteriously. Like, this figurehead can move, But now everything's so much documented.
Yes.
Everybody can see
Yes.
each other.
Right.
Yes.
So you kind of gotta be careful how you move.
Yes.
That's very true. That's very true. But I'm glad she didn't get hurt up too bad as far as Oprah goes. So
Right.
we can laugh now because we know she ain't died.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Dang yo.
She-
Yeah, we would. Yeah, if we was there like, Oprah, you okay?
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I would have been hollering, crying.
Yeah,
like
that's
a
what they
bee
said on the one
myself.
with the Michael Jackson when they said it was the ghost of Michael Jackson. Talking about Oprah, are you okay? Oprah, are you okay?
Oh shoot! Nah, what got me was like she needed a life alert bracelet. I was like, yeah, I think you do.
Exactly.
I really think you do.
But-
Yo, she literally said that and took me out. Like I had no breath, I had no air.
But you know
Like
she tried to, she tried to pop up when she first fell. She tried to hurt and sit up like, that's all right. I'm worth $1 billion. I'm all right.
no. She fell and flipped over to her back.
Right.
That's what had me weak.
Right.
I was just like, wait. Wait a minute. Okay, so
Like
why?
the stripper that fell. Trying to hurry up and redeem herself like the stripper that fell.
But at least, that's what I'm saying. At least the stripper redeemed herself. She
Right.
played it all.
Right.
No, for real. You can't play that off. Like
Yeah.
not like giving the speech.
Yeah. Her wig was like shifting a little bit when she fell.
Oh, balance.
Enjoy the
Balance with all this. I didn't know about on balance.
Yes. Like how you gonna give a vision tour
That's what
about
I'm saying.
balance and then fall?
That's why I'm like, that was karma all day. That was karma all day. So I'm
No,
right there. That was karma all day.
Period.
So
that's hilarious.
all right. So what y'all want to talk about next? We got a few topics to talk about. You want to talk about Public Enemy?
Yeah, let's go ahead and talk about that, man.
So speaking of people dropping, Public Enemy dropped Flavor Flav after all these years, and a lot of people saying it's because of the Bernie Sanders thing, but Chuck D actually said that's not actually what it is. So he released a letter saying that basically over the years, a lot of things have led up to this, and they just got to the point they're tired, because Flav just keep coming out of the pocket, and so it is what it is. A lot of people mad at Chuck D, like Professor Griff. He's kind of mad at Chuck D. He put a little video out saying, he shouldn't have done it like that. You know what I mean?
But
I don't know.
at the end of the day, he's not in a position to say anything because didn't they replace him for about like a decade anyway?
I don't think they replaced him. I think they were just going on without him because that's part of the issue. What happened was they were doing a tour for a good while, and what was happening was Flav didn't want to do it. He was just like, I ain't showing up. He was just they'd be ready to go on stage, and he just wouldn't show up. So stuff like that is what led up to this. So he like, okay, we tired of all of this. We're gonna make it official. We're parting ways. So I think that's what it was. So a lot of times they would go on tour trying to perform, and he just wouldn't be there because he just didn't want to for other reasons. Like, he may not have agreed with what they were doing, and he would just stand them up. You know what I mean? So it's like, why would you do that? You know what I mean? Come on, people want to see Public Enemy.
Yeah, everybody.
We want the whole package.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So you part of that package. You don't do a whole lot of rapping, but you the hype man.
No, for real.
The world's famous hype man.
Yeah.
So it don't come no better than that. So they've been rapping since the '80s, man.
Right.
So I think their first album was like '87, I think.
It might have been. Yeah, well, actually, it might have been like 85, maybe.
No, it was definitely the mid '80s, though.
Yeah, sometime in the mid '80s.
Definitely in the mid '80s.
Which one was it? Fear of a Black Planet or was it Nation? Take a Nation's a Million. Which one was the first one?
I think it was
Take a Nation a Million.
Yeah, because Fear of a Black Planet was like towards the 90s.
Yeah. So it takes a nation of millions to hold us back. So, but yeah, man. So that's a legendary group, and I mean, I hate to see that happening, but basically, Flav has sent a letter to Bernie Sanders and his group saying, even though you hired or you got Public Enemy to perform, I'm not coming. So you can't call it Public Enemy. So I want you to stop using the term Public Enemy since it's just Chuck D.
Yeah.
And he was kind of mad about that. And Chuck is like, come on, man, this is stupid shit. You know what I mean? I mean, just let us do what we're doing. If you want to join, come join. If you don't like Bernie Sanders, that's fine. But we just trying to make some money.
No.
You know what I mean? So, I don't know.
I get it. And then I feel like the drugs, the continuous use of drugs.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure.
Man, listen.
Because, I mean, that dude, he looked like you know, a poster for don't do drugs.
At all.
At all.
At all.
Period.
Nothing, not a dab of nothing.
Lord have mercy.
Don't drink either just to be safe. Like, woo. Now that man there.
Yeah. And use condoms, man. Shit.
Use condoms. No, you got a problem with every single one of your kids come together and be like, we're taking you to rehab.
Right.
And
it's crazy.
we need to talk about this.
Yeah, it's not good, man. So, you know, you would think he wouldn't have to do that. You know, he made enough money over the years. I mean, he did his little reality show.
Dude.
Come on, man. Well, didn't he do like 2 days? No, he didn't.
He did Strange Love, something like that.
Flavor Love.
No, before.
Before that?
Yeah, with that Bridget lady, the tall blonde.
Brigitte Nielsen?
Strange Love.
No, that was Flavor Love, wasn't it?
No.
Nah, that was Strange Love.
Was that Strange Love?
I think so, yeah.
That was when everybody, you know, and then that's.
Oh, that's right, because she made an appearance on Flavor Love, but she wasn't on there. Right, you're right. Right. Yeah, that's right. You're right. I forgot about that one. That one I wasn't heavily into.
No, I didn't like that at all.
I heard it was, you know, funny though.
No, they just look like two crackheads.
Yeah. Just like the Bobby and Whitney reality
show.
Oh
man. No, yes, exactly like that. Exactly like that.
But yeah. Anyway, but yeah, man. So, you know, I don't know, man. I mean, I'm still glad I'm sure Chuck D's still gonna make music, but you know, I wish they could have been able to reconcile this. But if he doing that kind of stuff,
I think the timing on it was kind of bad. I think what they should have done was went ahead, did the thing. And honestly, let me say this, because I was listening to what I do follow like Griff. Sometimes they do like a show with I don't know if you're familiar with Rich, where they call him Brother Rich.
Yeah, I've seen a couple.
So when him talking about it, because you know the same thing happened to Griff too when when he started talking about small hats. I will just keep it at that.
Right.
And it's kind of funny that here it is, Bernie Sanders, technically another small hat, and another member leaving.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. It's kind of like Chuck is right, but he might being right now may not have been a good time to be right. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
And I think, like I said, too with the interview with Griff, and also I saw a little bit with Boyce Watkins, talking about the dynamic. But I don't even want to focus on the one with Griff. I think Griff handled that very well.
Okay.
He didn't really size up, say like it ain't all the way Chuck's fault, it ain't all the way Flavor's fault. Yeah. I think, and I think sometimes, especially with the poster, I can understand what he was talking about. They had Bernie Sanders with that whole, that whole icon image for Public Enemy.
Right.
And it's like, really for Public Enemy to really be in politics like that kind of says a lot about the direction of the group.
Right.
And I mean, if you really do your history on the Democratic Party, really you would be like, if they, especially the revolutionary music and stuff that they got, they wouldn't be fucking with the Democratic Party.
No, not at all. Like that's why I was like, you went from fight the power to
become the power.
Right.
Come power. Come power.
Right. That's why I understand Flavor Flav's part as well.
Yeah,
at least give that respect to leave me. I'm not saying you can't use Public Enemy, whatever the case may be, but leave me out of it. You got my time clock in there. You got my things that symbolize me in there.
Right.
And I told you I wasn't for it. I wasn't going to do the show.
Yeah.
So I understand, but like at the end of the day, there's a time and place for it. This is not the first time he sent attorneys to be like, oh yeah, this is how I feel. Right. I feel like if he would have if Flav would have gave Chuck a little bit more respect than he did, I feel like at the end of the day, I feel like they just having a pissing contest at this point.
Yeah. True. I feel you on that. And I really wish they could have reconciled, but it is what it is. Yeah. Shout out to both of them, Flavor Flav. Yeah. Shout out to Chuck D. I met Chuck D one time. He came through here. He stayed at the hotel I was working at back in the early 2000s. He was doing a speech over at UNCG. And I was like the bellman and van driver, and I was standing outside, waiting for my next ride. And I guess he walked in past me and I didn't see him. I just turned around and looked at the front desk and he was over there. I was like, that dude looks familiar. And then I heard him say, my name is Carlton, riding out. And I was like, holy shit. I ran in there, I was like, Chuck D! And he looked at me like, oh, with you.
Right,
and
right.
I'm like, my bad. So,
like,
get your autograph.
Listen, I just be trying to put myself in that place, like, where if I meet somebody that I'm really into, like, say J. Cole or, like, Wale, like, hopefully I don't, like, for lack of better words, fan out. There we go. I was going to say something.
Right. Yeah, man. It's certain people like that I would lose it over. Like,
seriously.
For me, if I ever met Toni Braxton, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
If we talk about women, that's completely different.
It's a wrap, bro. I'm like, look, man, I'm not even married right now, Tony. You ain't even, don't worry about that. Look, my wife already know if I meet Toni Braxton, you're not even involved.
Oh man. I'm definitely like a 7th Streeter, Ryan Destiny. Give me some chocolate.
I feel you. I'm still mad at Toni Braxton for Mr. Birdman, though. I don't know what.
Oh my God! I about threw up in my mouth.
I don't know where it came from.
I think she threw up in her mouth.
Right.
Honestly, you finished or you done, Tony?
Is we finished or is we done? Oh,
Go back to Public Enemy though, man. Like I said, I just think it's, and that's one thing that Professor Grill said. Like, I don't understand why y'all backing this man, because y'all know he ain't gonna win. Right. Matter of fact, did anything happen with Super Tuesday? Anybody?
From what I last saw, which was earlier this afternoon, Biden had a pretty decent lead, so most likely he won, but I didn't get the final results. Yeah. It was Biden, then Bernie, and then
Elizabeth Warren,
and then what's her name? Bloomberg dropped out.
Yeah, good. He
dropped out.
Let's clap that shit up. Fuck that guy. Fuck him.
Oh shoot!
That's for you, Bloomberg. Fuck you, little frisk and search ass. Sorry.
Are we big mad?
I had to put the lenses on. Getting a little dark in here.
We wasn't expecting that. But
we got to try a hip hop podcast tonight.
I'm gonna have to put that warning up on YouTube. We do not endorse violence.
However, we think it's very necessary.
Right. In real microscopic print, unless you're Bloomberg.
Oh snap!
Yeah, Bloomberg probably gonna say like, just give. Yeah, we just gonna give you $100 to get rid of this thing.
Right.
Next time I'll be like all yoked up and stuff.
But as far as like the politics are concerned and stuff like that, I'm not going to get into that. But what I can say, if Bernie Sanders does win, they're going to kill him. There's going to be a heart attack, or even Biden. He
old, but Joe Biden, he a pit bull though. He ready for the fight. Yeah. Now Bernie, I can see him yelling too hard one time, President Trump.
Knock the wind off.
Now Joe Biden, I can see him going toe to toe. He may not win.
But he can roll with the punches.
Right. I think he was the best one to go up against Trump if you really just want to win per se. But I was kind of mad because what's his name? Mayor Pete Buttigieg, he dropped out, and Klobuchar dropped out. I was actually just starting to like Mayor Pete. I had seen an interview of his, and I was like, okay, I'm kind of feeling this dude.
Right.
He sounded like he was really trying to make a difference and all of this, but then it was like 2 days later, he was like, yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, I mean, he knew he can't compete with Biden. He knew that.
Yeah.
I mean, real talk. I mean, he know he can't compete with those powerhouses and stuff like that. And then on top of that, like even with Sanders, he already got years in. Right. So
I knew them two would be the forerunners, but I'm pretty sure Biden won.
Yeah, Biden gonna get it. Yeah. Will he beat Trump? I don't know.
I don't think so.
That's what I'm saying.
I think Trump is going to have another term, just because he's gotten so many of these racist people around him, and they make a lot of them are a hidden majority of the country. There's so many of them under the sewers and under rocks and under people's toilet bowls and shit like that. You know, now they're coming out of the woodworks. Like, yeah, I was waiting for somebody to let me know.
I mean, I feel like this.
I don't believe she does have the stamina.
You know.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. I didn't mean to hit that one.
Wow.
I didn't mean to hit that one. I was trying to say, hold on.
Turn them off.
Okay.
Wow, that was far. That was a little far stretch.
I was trying to, since we were talking about Trump, I was just trying to do the. We were just trying to do.
I don't believe she does have the stamina.
I'm like, wait. And then I'm like, wait a minute. This.
Hold on, time out.
My bad.
I think you did that on purpose.
No, I didn't.
It's all right. It's all right.
No, I
Hey,
didn't.
it's all right. You know, you can do anything. Just grab them by,
You know what I was trying to say.
You know.
but yeah, but I don't know, man. I mean, we're gonna see what happens. But I really don't believe Trump is gonna lose. He should lose, but I think he's given a lot of these undercover racists a reason to stand up and say, yeah, we want him.
Oh yeah,
keep this guy.
Yeah, well, of course. But I mean, they said out their own mouths, like, we're going to be your doctors, your lawyers, your bus
policemen.
drivers, your policemen. Like, it's not over. It clearly is not. You know what I'm saying?
They coming out the woodwork.
And see, I think too, that's one thing I can say about the Trump presidency, because at least you have all this stuff exposed out in the open now
we know.
so where we can see it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Trump himself is like a quote unquote racist, but I just think like the people that are, you know what I'm saying, that are backing him, he wants their vote because he knows that's what's going to propel him forward.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You can't necessarily call somebody a racist unless they do something very obvious to the fact, or I say, you know, he's definitely biased to certain groups and things like that. But but at the end of the day, you can't write that off at all. Like, because you got to see where he was raised. He was raised from members of the Ku Klux Klan. So you can't write that off.
He come from that
A long line of that.
Did y'all see the picture of Trump when the black people was around him holding his shoulder like they were praying for him? Man, I was like, what the fuck? What kind of cool shit is this?
I'm trying to tell you.
And there's a video out. I didn't see it, but they said it's a video out where they kind of acting a little niggerish, you know, around him too. I was like, yo, y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop. Turn them off.
I'm trying
That's
to
a
tell
turn
you.
them off moment.
Seriously, that's why I stopped messing with Kanye. I had to, because it was just
Kanye's just.
I can't tell
He
whether
off
he's
his meds.
stupid.
That's his problem.
My problem with him is I can't tell if he's like extremely smart,
Right.
or if he's really, really this dumb.
But
Because at the end of the day, like, he wrote off black people.
Yeah.
I was like, I kind of knew it was coming back with the whole. I was like, he's gonna write us off and he's gonna try to pick us back up again. And then he came out with the whole Christianity thing and then turned that into a whole buffoonery. So I'm just like, I don't know whether you're smart or stupid at this point.
Well, you know, they say genius is right on the same level with, you know, mental disability too.
Of course.
So it's like, you know, he could be a little on the genius side and a little on the mentally disabled side. So
I don't think he's all the way stupid though.
Yeah.
I don't think especially with him, he actually, you know, what was it, last year?
No,
Like last year, what was it? Last year he went to the White House, and he actually talked to, you know, Trump about, you know, getting, you know, that 13th Amendment is really like a bad thing, and like it's a trap door,
right?
And you know, and then Don Lemon went on CNN and was like, him talking about the 13th Amendment and stuff, like it's a trap door, like he doesn't know what he's talking about. But actually,
he had a point.
He definitely does. That's why I don't know.
You can't count him out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly. I don't know whether if it's more in store, or is he falling like right into basically slots that they put for him. Like that's the part that baffles me a little bit.
Right, exactly.
I'm just like,
So I don't know, man. He's supposedly working with Dr. Dre on something too. So we shall see. But let's